I use it to buy all this stuff. But look, I got another job tomorrow, so I'll pay you back with the money I make from that.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I acted like a bank.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dark truths about Friends.
Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone. Because alone, you lose.
For this list, we're looking at some less than happy behind-the-scenes facts about the show and its stars. No one could have told the cast of Friends it was going to be that way. Feeling stuck in second gear? Leave us a comment below and you'll feel a whole lot better. Number 10. Jennifer Aniston almost quit before the final season. The question of when to end a television show isn't always an easy one.
You know what? I have some goodbye stuff that I wanted to say to each of you, and I was going to save it until the end of the night, but come here.
Sure, sometimes the network makes the decision for you, but when the show is a hit, deciding when to call it quits can often come down to the actors themselves. With Friends, that decision was reportedly almost made by Jennifer Aniston after season 9.
So I don't think I should do it anymore. I'm gonna give you my week's notice.
What?
Gunther, I quit.
Aniston didn't know if there were any more stories worth telling, and as she admitted to Matt Lauer in 2004, quote, "I wanted it to end when people still loved us and we were on a high. Who knows if they would have done a 10th season without Rachel, but we're glad we never had to find out."
No! Oh my God, did she get off the plane?
I got off the plane.
Number 9. Jennifer Aniston hated the Rachel haircut. If you were a woman in the mid-90s, there's a good chance that at some point you went into your local hair salon and asked for the Rachel haircut. And don't worry, you weren't alone. Women everywhere were doing it.
You got plugs.
Careful, I haven't quite taken yet.
And you got lenses. But you hate sticking your finger in your eye.
11 million in Britain alone admitted to giving the do a try. But how did the woman who started it all feel about the look? Well, when Aniston first got the cut, she loved it.
God, isn't this exciting? I earned this. I wiped tables for it. I steamed milk for it, and it was totally not worth it.
But those feelings changed pretty quickly when, quote, "I was totally left with this frizzy mop on my head because I had no idea how to do what my stylist did." As she described it, maintaining the look was a high-maintenance escapade involving a blow dryer and multiple brushes. Number 8. Andre Agassi was extremely jealous when Brooke Shields guest starred. In January of 1996, tennis player Andre Agassi smashed all of his trophies and ripped up the walls in the room where he kept them in his house. Why did he do that?
No. You don't have to tell me anything. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Oh, who am I to question the great Dr. Drake Ramore?
Was it because of a bad call on the court? Nope. It was because Brooke Shields licked Matt LeBlanc's finger.
No, seriously. These hands, these miracle, magical, life-giving hands. Oh, just to be near them, touch them, maybe even lick one.
Shields had scored a guest role on the season 2, the one after the Super Bowl episode of Friends. In said episode, she goes on a date with Joey and licks his hand. Agassi and Shields were dating at the time, and according to Agassi, hand-licking, even scripted hand-licking, was, quote, over the line.
I know about you two. I saw you today kissing in the doctor's lounge.
That's not what you think. That was...
You told me I was the only one!
Seeing it sent him into a rage, and he took that anger out on his tennis trophies. Number 7. Matt LeBlanc's on-set injury. Remember the episode where Joey injures his arm falling off his bed?
Whoa!
See, Joe, that's why your parents told you not to jump on the bed.
No, that wasn't how Matt LeBlanc hurt himself. However, it was how the writers incorporated his injury into the show.
Had a whole story worked out, but then Chandler sold me out.
Well, I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't think the doctor was going to buy that it just fell out of the socket.
The actual injury took place during the filming of the previous episode, the one where no one's ready.
And I went just to jump over the coffee table and somehow tripped, and my legs went up in the air, and my shoulder came out of the socket.
In that episode, Joey and Chandler are fighting over who gets to sit in the comfy chair, and at one point, they both go for the seat at the same time. In one take, LeBlanc's dive didn't go as planned, and he ended up dislocating his shoulder, leading to the sling Joey is wearing in the next episode.
So we had to put that into the show, but we waited until he was okay again to film the ending of the one where no one was ready.
Number 6. Lisa Kudrow was sued by her ex-manager. In 2007, 3 years after Friends ended its run on NBC, Lisa Kudrow fired her manager Scott Howard.
And I am furious with him.
Wow, calm down.
I'm trying, but man, that guy can push my buttons.
In 2008, Howard sued Kudrow, claiming that he was owed a 5% commission of her residuals from Friends and all other work he negotiated for her prior to his termination. One thing that made this all more difficult to determine was the fact that Kudrow and Howard had an oral rather than written agreement about it.
We provided a service, and we deserve to be paid because you ate that service. And we are not leaving here until we are paid every penny. Because you know what, lady? We're part-time caterers, and we have no place else to go.
However, while Kudrow won the initial summary judgment, a California appeals court reversed the ruling in 2014 and ordered Kudrow to pay Howard $1.6 million and a football phone. Okay, they didn't say anything about a football phone, but the money part is accurate.
Football phone? As our free gift. Do you believe this? Now I have $1,000 and a football phone.
Number 5. The network didn't love the cast's negotiation tactics. Each of the 6 main cast members were paid $22,500 per episode in the first season. However, come the second season, each of the friends was paid a different amount ranging from $20,000 to $40,000 per episode.
We don't have as much money as you.
Okay.
I hear you. We can talk about that.
Well, that wasn't going to work going forward. The group saw themselves as a true ensemble cast, with no one more important than the others. And beginning with season 3, they decided to negotiate their salary as a group.
What's more important, your friends or money?
Friends!
Friends!
The network preferred to do it separately, but the gang held their ground. From that moment forward, they were all paid the same, which in seasons 9 and 10 was $1 million per episode.
I just want to be married again.
And I just want $1 million.
Series co-creator Marta Kaufman called that number, quote, kinda ridiculous. Number 4. Fame wasn't what David Schwimmer expected. Friends was such a huge hit from the moment it premiered that it didn't just bring fame to its stars. It brought a mega level of fame that is hard to understand.
I'm not playing tonight. Why not? I can't follow Ross. Kidding, that would be like those poor bicycle-riding chimps who had to follow the Beatles. Ew.
For David Schwimmer, it was just hard to deal with. So much so that it didn't just affect him, but his relationships with other people as well.
Ross Geller?
Ross Geller? Why do I know that name? It's a... Wait. Did you write this?
As he told the Hollywood Reporter's podcast Awards Chatter back in 2016, quote, "It was pretty jarring and it took years, I think, for me to adjust to it and become comfortable."
I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine. I'm not saying I wasn't a little surprised.
He was also an actor who, as part of his craft, liked to be anonymous and observe people out in the world. Well, he sure couldn't do that anymore either. Number 3. Lisa Kudrow's body issues. To fans, she was the beautiful, funny, smarter-than-you-think Phoebe.
I may play the fool at times, but I'm a little more than just a pretty blonde girl with an ass that won't quit.
But when Lisa Kudrow would see herself on television, all she saw was a, quote, mountain of a girl. Kudrow discussed her body issues on Marc Maron's WTF podcast and revealed that trying to stay skinny took a physical toll on her body, telling Maron, quote, "When I was too thin, I was sick all the time."
So what is it? Am I hideously unattractive?
No, you are not. You are very attractive. You know what? I go through the exact same thing. Every time I put on a little weight, I start questioning everything.
Unfortunately, this societal pressure to be of a certain body type many people deal with. And being rich and famous obviously doesn't make it any easier.
Hello.
Hey. Whoa. Wow, hello, you look great.
Thank you. I know, though.
Number 2. Matt LeBlanc retreated from the fame. David Schwimmer wasn't the only one who found it hard to deal with the fame.
I can't believe you're nominated for an Emmy.
No.
Oh, Soap Opera Digest Award.
Nope. I'm up for a soapy.
Honey, is
that something you're making up?
Matt LeBlanc also struggled with it all, and eventually, on the verge of a nervous breakdown, needed to walk away for a while. After Friends ended and after Joey was canceled, LeBlanc barely left his house and basically told his agent to, quote, please lose my number for a few years.
Come on,
Joey!
open up. We want to talk to you.
I don't feel like talking.
Oh, come on, Joey. We care about you.
We're worried about you.
And some of us really have to pee.
There's a pretty amazing silver lining in this dark cloud, though, as LeBlanc used that time away to focus his attention on his new daughter Marina, who had been diagnosed with cortical dysplasia.
Hey. Hi. How are ya? How are ya? Where are your babysitters, huh?
She has since outgrown the condition, and LeBlanc has called that time they spent together, quote, the best thing I've ever done. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Matthew Perry's substance use disorder.
I fooled around with Joey's sister. Well, that's not the worst part.
What is the worst part?
I can't remember which sister.
We all forget things. It's part of being human. But for Friends star Matthew Perry, his memory bank is missing 3 full years of filming the show that made him a star.
Kathy is sleeping with that guy.
Oh, no. So you were right?
I confronted her, and she didn't deny it. I don't live here.
After a trip to rehab in 1997 that didn't stick, Perry spent the next 3 years or so in a substance-induced haze. Unfortunately, that led to pancreatitis, a car accident, and that blank spot in his memory.
I think you're disappearing. And then I went, oh, stop everything. I'm going to rehab right now. Stop the movie, stop everything.
Perry's rock bottom came in 2001, and he's been sober since. In 2022, he released a memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, detailing his time with the series, both the good and the bad.
However deep it went for me and dark it went for me, that will help somebody who got that dark. And I kept going.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.